Hey kids, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. Well, as far as I know at least, some of you have restarted back in school. Isn't that correct? I think it is. If you started school, you probably had to have some things with you, and one of those things probably was a backpack. So if you have a backpack, this is where you keep your things. I love this backpack, by the way. I know that you guys are kids and you don't probably know who Janet Jackson is, but years and years ago, I was in a Gap store and Janet Jackson was in there shopping too, and that's where I bought this backpack. So I always call it my Janet Jackson backpack. I kind of called it that for years. Well, anyway, in it, we have things that I needed to be prepared for school. You see, and I want to talk about being prepared. You got to be prepared for life. You got to be prepared for things, you know. You just can't bake a cake unless you have the ingredients to make it. You can't go to school unless you have the things that you need. And so, well, what are some of those things that might be in my backpack? Well, one is a book. We all need books, you know. That's where we learn our lessons from. So there's a book in my backpack. And what else is in there? Oh, a pen. I have a pen in my backpack. Well, I need one of those. I'm going to write anything. Well, I also have a pencil in my backpack. If I'm doing math, trust me, I need a pencil because I'm going to need the eraser a lot because I kind of make a lot of mistakes while I'm doing math. And that's just kind of the way it is. Well, at any rate, I don't know what y'all keep in your backpack. Maybe there's lunch money in there. You need that if you want to eat. Maybe these days you're required to keep a mask in there or be wearing an extra one, whatever the case may be. But I'm hoping that all these things are in your backpack and that you're prepared. Well, Jesus talks about us being prepared too. No, the truth is, we've all experienced losses in our life. Maybe the goldfish has passed away, or your puppy's died, or the kitty, maybe even a grandparent. But Jesus is telling us that you need to be ready, not just with your backpack and the things you need to get through life, but you need to be ready for the things that happen in life. I want to read to you a little story. It's from the Gospel of Luke. And if you remember, this is kind of taken from the Easter story. And I'm going to read from Luke 23, by the way. There was an inscription over Jesus' head that said, "This is the King of the Jews." One of the criminals that were hanged there kept saying to him, "Are you not the Messiah? Then save yourself and us." But the other rebuked him, saying, "Do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed have been condemned justly for what we are getting. We deserve our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong." And then he said to them, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus replied, "Truly I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." All the things that we learn in Sunday school, in church, all the things we learn from our parents and grandparents and our friends, these are all things that we keep, if not in a verbal toolbox, in our verbal backpacks. Not like pencils and pens, but lessons that we've learned. Learn your lessons well about Jesus and your faith. And remember that when something dies, it's not the end. It's only a new beginning. You know, just this last week in the mail, I got flower bulbs. Now those flower bulbs look pretty dried up and pretty dead. But my instructions say to plant them, even now. So I took those dried up old flower bulbs and I planted them. And do you know what I'm 100% sure of? Next spring, those flower bulbs will bloom and be beautiful. From something that looked like it wasn't alive comes the beauty of something that is. So remember, kids, no matter how difficult life may be seeming, no matter how sad and grieving we may be, there's always hope and new life to come. That's a promise that Jesus makes to every single one of us. And I think that's a pretty cool promise, don't you? Well, just wanted to give you something to think about. Always be prepared. Be prepared for school. Be prepared with your backpacks. Be prepared for life, okay? A little bit deeper message today, so take care. Think about this just a little bit. Blessings. We'll see you later.